ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
Considering the great value as well as the obligation for the service towards the religion of Allah, we Muslims of this country have thought about different ways which we should follow regarding it. We thought about the way in which we can approach our people, so that by being close to them, we can inform them about our religion and what Allah has made obligation upon them. We have tried different approaches in order to achieve this objective until Allah blessed us with the ability of opening a very important new door of massive communication by joining the well-known TV channel PeaceTV. On this TV channel, we were given the opportunity to use a part of the broadcasting spectrum to broadcast our TV programs via the cable TV. There is no doubt that such a task was not easy to handle, and it wasn't without challenges. But thanks to Allah and then to some other Muslims of our country who supported this project with everything they could afford, we managed to get started with broadcasting at the beginning of Ramadan 2009. Challenges were of different natures, but I think that one of the main challenges was choosing people who will sit in front of the cameras, as well as the topics by which we would speak to the public, which for the first time had the chance to hear Islamic lessons on their language through a pure Islamic channel. No doubt that among the chosen ones were famous sheikhs of our lands, who with pleasure accepted the invitation, and so we began with the broadcast of our TV programs. We didn't escape from praises, encouragements, and people were gladly commenting their feelings about what they saw and heard. Not rarely were the news which came from different viewers, who with delight would talk to us about this TV channel with the grace of Allah, change their life, change their family relationships, and for many of them it became a source from which they got inspired about their life and the overcoming of different trials in their life. Some of the carriers of this project became even more famous for the public because they were in continuous contact with the public, but there are also some who remain unknown to the public because of the nature of their work, but certainly the Almighty won't lose their work and effort, since their hard work and activity was as important as the work of the first ones. With the spirit of Islamic brotherhood and the eagerness to be as best as possible, there were debates and criticism, where the final objective was improvement of quality and the increase of the work. As time passed, by expanding the work and enriching the program, the need for inclusion of more sheikhs became apparent, and by including more sheikhs from Kosovo and the region, this project, except of carrying massive communication with the public, started to become the main axis for gathering and unification of the Muslims from the whole region. By various programs, thanks to Allah, we managed to unfold our version of understanding of things. We presented our Islamic offer for ways which should be used and paths that should be followed in solving various problems which the society is faced with in general. Thanks to Allah, the sheikhs attested their professional preparation and general culture, who by using the space that was given to them on this TV channel, which they didn't have before, managed to inform the public that they are not limited only to problems of Muslims, example prayer, fasting, but they also have the ability and the preparation to talk and analyze various problems, not only of the local plane, but as well as of regional and international plane. All of this gave an impression to the viewers that Islam is not limited only to the mosque, but it lies on all daily activities of a human being. Through various guests that we invited on our studios or interviewed for our programs, thanks to Allah, we achieved another benefit when many prejudices and artificial boundaries started to extinguish, which were placed as a result of lack of communication and cooperation on different planes, which unifies us Muslims of this region. Thanks to Allah, we have broadcasted hundreds of programs, and all of them passed by the spirit of peace and wisdom, through which we did not provoke or cause any type of tension, which without doubt would have caused damage to our image and position as Muslims of this place in Europe. By following the religious media, thanks to Allah, we managed without stepping on any of the fundamental principles of Islam, and by taking care of the proper methodology of our predecessors to call others to Islam and offer various solutions to them, which were also in accordance with the time and place. PeaceTV in Albanian language has already become a reliable source of information and religious awareness, and we hope that we will become a good model for proper use of this contemporary opportunity in the service of religion and other various issues which preoccupies the man of this century. We hope that through all what we present attest to everyone of what has been mentioned by the founders of this TV channel in its beginning, that Islam is the solution to humanity. In any case, in order to make more apparent that which I talked about, we present the broadcasted programs followed by a short comment on the content of the program and the speaker.
قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني وسبحان الله وما أنا من المشركين.
Most of the time, the relationship of people with their Lord is faded, and this occurrence has its own causes, which one of the main causes is lack of knowledge about God, as well as lack of knowledge about the nature of this relationship and God's rights upon us. In our TV program, Tanjohim Allahun, Let's Get to Know Allah, Shaykh Nisrama presented to the viewers through the explanation of some of the names of Allah, that in which way and how should they know their God, so that as a consequence of that they should feel the essential need for Him. Lest this knowledge be blank and non-productive, but move us towards submission to our God, and how we should avoid actions which destroy and nullify our relationship with God. Shaykh Nisrama took care of this on the TV program Në Kërkim të Adhurimit, In Quest of Worship. Along a marathonic journey, he unfolded the importance of respecting the rights of Allah, and then, in details, these rights were explained, as well as the biggest sin, shirk, and its impact on the destruction of this relationship. In the belief of Allah, it's included the belief in the Day of Judgment. So bearing in mind that this point of faith contains in itself different details, we have produced a program about this important pillar of faith. Sheikh Bledar Hajiu took care of this through the TV program Në Portën e Ahiretit, In the Door of Ahira. In terms of relationship between people and the way this relationship is built, Sheikh Ekrem Avdiu took care of it that through the TV program Arti Mircelius, Art of Manners, he presented the model of manners of a Muslim. On this TV program, he proved that Islam teaches us which rights belong to us in the society and which obligations fall upon us. Meanwhile, through the TV program Atje ku burojnë virtytet, there whereby virtuous Gash, he explained that who is the prime model of the believer on this aspect, and at the same time, with the help of Allah, he ruined all the dilemmas which intend to blur the personality of the Messenger of Allah alayhi salam by bringing forth abundant arguments which speak about the virtues that gush from the life and the actions of our Messenger. To be closer to the problems and dilemmas of our viewers, we made the TV program Duke Kërkuar Përgjigjen, looking for answer. On this program, we gathered all the questions of our viewers, which were sent at our email at qsi-ks.com, and Sheikh Alauddin Abazi answered these questions, as well as by inviting other sheikhs to take part on this program and answer these questions. We all witness that the tendency to misinterpret Islam is evident, and limiting it only to the walls of the mosque is a continuous attempt by the enemies. We have responded to these misconceptions through our TV programs, in which we discuss the beauties and values of Islam, like was done by Sheikh Ismail Bardoshi on his TV program Bukurit e Islamit, Beauties of Islam, as well as Sheikh Anas Goga, which through his TV program Brigjeve të Etikës on the coasts of Islamic etiquette presented the extension of the Islamic lessons on the daily life and activities. Not very often it happens to have problems between passing from knowledge to actions. How to put into actions that which we know, and how this was done by our predecessors. This was taken care by Sheikh Ahmed Kalaya, where in the TV program Islami Practical Islam, he proved that all Islamic lessons can be put into actions and that they are conform to the nature of the humankind. Today, people have chosen different sources as their references, and this has made many Muslims to have a shallow understanding about their book. In order to raise the consciousness and to have a more correct view towards it, Sheikh Akram Avdiu took care of this on his TV program Reflexione Kuranore, Quranic Reflections, through which he treated not only that which has to do with the sciences of Quran, but he also mentioned how this book treated different topics together with necessary analysis in this aspect. On the other side, we took care for the Muslims to get to know with the words of their messenger, in which is the guidance and the light. So through TV programs like Kështu Fliste I Dërguari, this is how the messenger spoke, and Perlat e Urtësisë, Pearls of Wisdom, different sheikhs commented the famous and widespread hadiths among the Muslims. Considering the fact that the lessons and the words of our predecessors are a foundation of understanding the Quran and the Hadith, we made a TV program through which we treated different topics, where we presented the understanding of our predecessors regarding these topics. Through some selected sayings of theirs, Sheikh Anis Rama talked about that which was necessary on this aspect. By being witnesses of an identity crisis and a complex lowly values that has involved the Muslims, we tried through presenting different personalities to testify the great impact of Islam on people's life. All of this has been realized with the help of Allah through some TV programs. Regarding stories of the prophets, Sheikh Irfan Salihu took care of it on his TV program Rafime mbi të dërguarit, Stories of the Prophets. But knowing that the greatest of these prophets was our prophet, Sheikh Muhammad Dormaku has taken care of that on his TV program Or Edukative nga jeta e të dërguarit, Manners Class from the Life of the Prophet, by passing through different stations of the biography of the Prophet to educate us under the shade of that which has been passed and narrated to us. While his friends were the first ones which benefited from this education, we chose Sheikh Bletar Hajiu to speak about the history of those who were given glad tidings of Jannah. To illustrate practically the impact of useful knowledge and what we should benefit from the scholars, Sheikh Anis Rama took care of it on his TV program Njerëz me Ndikim, Influential People. Family has a crucial role on building a society, so in order to offer the Islamic concept about the family and what are the rights and the obligation of the members of the family, Sheikh Akim Bekiri took care of it on the TV program Codi Familias, Family Code. Regarding actual events and the Islamic version of the analysis and explanation of these events was taken care by the TV program Zuri Yarsuyes, Voice of the Reason, where moderators Lavdim Dobra and Buyar Isma with various guests invited treated the topics of this nature. This was also aided with topics treated by Sheikh Bekir Halimi on the TV program Islami, the Sheikh-ul-Un, Islam and Our Century. For the month of Ramadan, we have taken care to have an enriched and beneficial program for all the viewers. We try to enable our viewers that through various programs to get to know with all that which has to do with fasting and the month of Ramadan. Oaza e Agjerimit, Oasis of Fasting, was a wonderful summary where with few words from various sheikhs of our land we had the chance to learn about the topics treated in this program. On Kuvendet e Ramazanit, Assemblies of Ramadan, Sheikhs Akram Avdiu and Anis Rama invited various guests to treat topics which have to do with fasting, and various events occurred during this month. On the other side, considering that one who fasts has different dilemmas which is faced with during the fast, we made a special program with this topic which we named Ajruasi Put, the one who fasts asks. From the desire to help people on all that they need on their life, we tried that through some of other TV programs to satisfy such a desire. We tried to help students of high school through the TV program Matura Shtetërore, National Graduation, so that they can easily pass the national exam. And regarding this, we have engaged our brother Valmir Krasniqi, who is an expert on the subject of maths, would solve our viewers' various problems of this science. But since not the whole society has problems of passing a national exam, but there are problems with various aspects, we tried that through an enriched program to treat social topics from Islamic perspective. For these topics, Sheikh Sadat Islami took care of on the TV program Islami dhe Shoqëria, Islam and the Society.
Sheikh, we just saw a summary of the programs which have been realized and broadcasted by PeaceTV Albanian channel. Without doubt, our viewers are curious and would like to know about the future plans of this medium. Could you tell us which are those future plans for PeaceTV Albanian?
That which has passed away till now has been presented, and without doubt, this also has left enough space for various critics to express their opinions, which for us are always welcomed. We are human beings, and the nature of a human being is that he makes mistakes. But that which makes us consolated in this case is our great desire, with continuous insistence, to be as best as possible, to be as close as possible to our viewers, to be more actual, more accepted, to be rightly understood as much as possible to all the Muslims. That which is of our interest is not to urge hate among people, not to urge unnecessary provocations, not to let our project serve to blur Islam, but in contrary, we want to be beneficial and constructive, and that which a Muslim would like to be in general. Regarding the future is in hands of Allah. We don't know what the future will bring forth. But from a human perspective, I can congratulate all the Muslims who rejoice this project that we are growing. Alhamdulillah, we have high morals and strong ambitions in order to continue, and we will try to enrich our program in the future and fill them with rich information and that which viewers need. We aim that which we have said in the past and that which we will continue to say. We aim that we Muslims present ourselves from our own Islamic perspective, so that we suppress as much as possible the other perspectives which misuse the allowed space to blur the image of the Muslims in general. The world today, as well as our place, needs to have a proper information source for Islam. We want for us Muslims to speak, we Muslims, and I think that this is a main point for every project of a Muslim. We need to be presented as we are. We need not to give space to those who don't wish the good for us, to present us as dangerous, unbeneficial, a barrier to our integration processes where we should integrate with various prejudgments. So we want to be a correct source of religious information, far away from superstitions, misunderstandings, far away from that which Islam has been labeled with. Second, we want to present consequently from this a purified Islam, an authentic Islam, an Islam which presents its mercy, an Islam which presents its benefit for humankind, an Islam which presents its need that people have for it in general. Our future plans also include the incorporation of as many Muslim staff as possible to this project. We are in need of more staff. We are in need of all those who have something to say to people. And we are always ready to offer our cameras to them, to offer our space so that people can benefit from them. I am sure that among the Muslims are many staff, many undiscovered pearls from scientists, doctors, intellectuals, businessmen who can enrich our image which we want to present to others. In one word, I want to conclude by saying that we aim that people understand the right Islamic offer. In today's market, there have been exposed various and many offers, and people have the freedom to choose. While our Islamic offer is violated continuously, not enough space is given to us to present this offer. Even if that is given to us, it is smaller than that which we need. And on the other side, the space of those who attack us, those who blur or insist to blur our image, is very big. So we insist to be an equal concurrent in the market, to have enough space to present our offer in a clearly manner, in a wise, polite and beautiful way, exactly as Allah has taught us and exactly as it has been practiced by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So we want people to understand this offer, to have this offer between their hands, and then they are free to choose it or leave it. Then they are free to choose if they want to accept this offer or to go and take other offers. This is the case with freedom of choice, as Allah said in the Quran, "Let there be no compulsion in religion. Truth has been made clear from error." Hence, all that we want is to make clear our truth. This is ours, and then people have the right to choose. In generally, I want to say personally that the future of PeaceTV in Albanian has a bright future with the help of Allah. It has a future with a good and safe perspective. And I ask Allah firstly to give us sincerity. I ask Allah to give us ambitions and courage to continue to progress. I ask Allah to support and help us and to protect us from the traps of those who don't want to let these projects see the light. I ask Allah to support and help us and to protect us from the traps of those who don't want to let these projects see the light. I ask Allah to protect us from any evildoer, from anyone who envies us. I ask Allah so that we become the cause of Muslim unification, a cause for destroying all the false and artificial barricades placed among the Muslims. I hope that in the future, Muslims of this place will have other projects of this nature, so that they can really cover this space and fill this space which Muslims have suffered from since long time ago.